Okay, a quick video on weathering. It can be quite quick if you've got reasonably simple cars or wagons to do. These are the ones I want to do today, and the black one is probably the one that's best to see the difference. So we'll start with that one. Should be able to do it in about 5 minutes. So just take the wheels off so that they don't get dirty, and hopefully you'll still keep free movement. So I'll take the wheels off. And now I have a light grey wash. It's a light grey wash. Light grey because it's a black car anyway. On the lighter cars I'd use a dark grey. So just start doing the edges where dust and dirt collects. Just like the black wash on a light vehicle brings out the details, the light colored wash on a dark vehicle brings out the details. I'm making it a bit wet here and there as well, so that the weathering powders will stick. So just the edges. Well, the important thing is to have tissue paper available continually, because most of the time you're wiping off what you do. So that gives us a little bit of dirt. I just wet the area around the markings, because employees will clean those up as well occasionally to be able to see them. So that was just a standard brush with a bit of bright, and now I have a slightly stiffer brush, sort of a makeup brush. Stick in a little bit of brown, and at the bottom here where potentially dust collect, we'll just rub in, and also around the axle areas where there's a lot of metal, just rub in the weathering powder. Hopefully you can see that again. Wet it down a little bit and rub most of it off again. Well, that's one side done. I might touch it up a little bit here and there to bring out some of the details. A little more dirt build up. So that's one side done. Front end's the same way. Just wet it a little bit with the grey, rub it off. A little bit of light weathering powder. Don't worry about getting too much on, because you can always wipe it off again. So that's a bit left. A wet finger, just rub it off a bit. Use a darker powder. Just around the edges where dust and dirt tends to collect up. A bit of the dark powder. There we go. Now this side again, just a bit of a wash. Rub most of it off again. other side done. And final side front. Okay, it's done. Now the inside looks a little bit plasticky, so we'll just dirty up the inside because there's been potatoes and sugar beets, carrots, and I don't know, whatever gets carried around on agricultural vehicles. It's produce, so lots of mud, potatoes and beets and things like that. So it should okay. That's one. Done in about 5 minutes. What I need to do is now just to spray a little bit of matte varnish over it. What I do there is just a little bit of tape. Just protect the couplings a little bit so that they'll be free moving. Well, that's ready to go into the booth and just have a light spray of varnish. So that's one vehicle done. Oh, well, a little update on the power plant and the coal unloading shed. Previous video was mocked up with Kellogg's cereal, or at least a cereal box cardboard. Now transferred that into styrene, and inside sprayed dark, of course, because it'd be coal. A little bit of brick, work underneath, and then cladding on the outside. Cladding I'll paint. I think I'll be painting that a silver. The roof is taped and painted, and that should go like that with quite a nice fit for the coal cars going through. So again, I'm not very good. If you want to know more about scratch building, see people like Vinny's channel, BNSF 6951, etc. as an example, and Glebe Road Junction, Verweren Junction. Those people are really good at scratch building. I just get by. I don't know. I'll show you another example of mocking up a building. Over here, I'll turn on the lights. And this is going to be the trash removal plant for the city, for the Amsterdam city area. It's quite similar to one that's actually in my town here in Hilversum. I think I'll get some pictures of it, put those up in a moment. It actually has a building like this with train trash removal cars. So again, there'll be they call it a separation, a rubbish separation plant area, separation station. So there'll be little stadies of metals, woods, papers, furniture, all that sort of thing. Cars can come in with their loads. the dump trucks will come in with their you can see that there's the dump truck can back into load, dump its load, and then internally there'll be cranes and mechanisms to fill these trash removal big cars. So anyway, the scratch build, the roof is an old engine shed roof, which looks more like a plant roof, I think. So I'm now busy mocking this up. This is a piece of styrene on this side, but the rest is all cardboard. So I've been checking the measurements. This is where we go, checking the measurements. On this side there'll be some more windows, a couple of dump truck entries, and there'll be an office. There'll be basically an office area here. I need to put in some windows in that. So I'm basically mocking this up in cardboard to get the dimensions right. See whether it meets, whether the dimensions are okay, whether it fits in here. But still working on it. But we'll see how that goes. And finally over here I have a cold store building that I refurbished, and now I can have my refrigerated trucks bringing in bananas and fruits and meats, etc., going into Grolleman cold store. That's here in the country is a company that has cold store and deep freeze storage units, etc., around the country. So we'll have that as an example as well, another industry to serve. Okie dokie.